All right, President Trump is changing course on the Jeffrey Epstein files. He's now urging House Republicans to vote in favor of releasing them. The president made that surprising reversal in a social media post just last night, saying, quote, House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files because we have nothing to hide, and it's time to move on from this Democrat hoax. He added that the House Oversight Committee can have whatever they are legally entitled to. I don't care, end quote. Sources tell CBS News that House GOP leaders plan to hold a vote that would force the Justice Department to release the Epstein documents in full as early as tomorrow. It comes after the House Oversight Committee released more than 20,000 pages of documents from Epstein's estate just last week. Now, prior to that social media post from President Trump, the president was asked if his call to look into the relationship between prominent Democrats and Epstein could be a, quote, smokescreen. Here's his response.
Representative Massey says he's concerned that the Epstein probe you are calling for could be a smokescreen to block the release of more files. Is that the case?
Well, I don't want to talk about it because fake news like you're a terrible reporter, and fake news like you, they just keep bringing that up to deflect from the tremendous success of the Trump administration. So a guy like Massey, his poll numbers are showing he's at 6% approval rating right now. And we call him Rand Paul Jr. because he never votes for the Republican Party. So they're using Jeffrey Epstein as a deflection from the tremendous success that we're having as a party.
All right, let's bring in CBS News White House reporter Olivia Rinaldi. Olivia, thanks for joining us. Do we have any insight into this sudden reversal from the president when it comes to the Jeffrey Epstein files?
Well, Mugo, truth be told, this is just something that President Trump doesn't want to be talking about. So now we have this reversal from him where he says, look, just vote to open up the files. I don't care. I want to talk about affordability, the economy, other things that he feels are winning issues for him. But he is now giving them the green light, House Republicans telling them they can go ahead and vote and that he does not care. But it's important to put this in context, just seeing how hard the president tried to stop this vote from even happening. Last week, we know that he personally lobbied two female Republicans in Congress, asking them to remove their names from this discharge petition to get this to a House vote. We also know there was an effort by Speaker Mike Johnson not to swear in Rep. Adelita Grijalva so that to prevent this discharge petition from getting to 218 signatures on it for about 2 months. And of course, when she was sworn in, then she signed it, and then they reached that threshold that they needed to force a vote on this. And so it seems like they're going to steamroll forward. They're going to give it a vote. We are expecting at least tomorrow. It seems like it's going to happen, but this is something that the White House just does not want to keep talking about. Instead, they want to talk about issues related to the economy. So Mugo, certainly something to keep an eye on now that the president is somewhat throwing his hands up and saying, fine, you win, vote for it, and hoping that they can just move forward and talk about the economy.
Yeah, the president may not want to talk about it, but it is and continues to be a big story and a big topic for American people. So in addition to the president urging Republicans to vote in favor of this release, he's also calling for the investigation into Epstein's ties to prominent Democrats. So who are some of the names he has thrown out so far?
Right. Well, the president last week in a Truth Social post announced that he was directing Pam Bondi, the attorney general, and the FBI to launch an investigation into Democrats' relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Some of the people he mentioned include former President Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman, J.P. Morgan Chase, and others. And he says to, quote, determine what was going on with them and him related to Epstein. Last night, also in a Truth Social post, President Trump said that the DOJ has actually already turned over what he says are tens of thousands of pages related to this latest investigation into Epstein and Democrats. So certainly something there that even as they are talking about the Epstein files, he's hoping the focus can be specifically on Democrats and their alleged involvement with Epstein. But Mugo, again, just to underscore at the end of that Truth Social post from last night, he said all I do care about is Republicans get back on point. So just to underscore, what he wants to be talking about is not this.
All right, Olivia Rinaldi in Washington, D.C. for us today. Thank you so much for joining us.